Hello everybody, Charges here, and welcome back to Preikest. This is part 4. This is the collaboration series with Miscraft. I'll put the link to his channel in the description below as usual. So this is part 4. Now, and it's just me this time for commentary. In my first episode, which was part 2, which was Mahi Mahi Madness, that's what I named that yellow Giga coaster. Anyway, part 2, I did a joint commentary with Miscraft, but this time it's just me. And I would like to apologize for the crappy editing skills that I had. I apparently, when I edited the video, it seemed fine, but then the output was kind of weird because then you couldn't really hear me. And I did get several comments on that, and I do apologize for that. But Miscraft was easily hearable, but I was just really quiet. I don't know what happened. I don't know if something was messed up with my OBS settings, or if my mic, I mean, I don't even know. Well, excuses. So, yeah, I tested it this time. Now it works all right. Man, I can't really talk today. So where should I begin? So last episode, I built the launched Giga coaster, that yellow one that's kind of under that bridge there near the water. Kind of why I called it Mahi Mahi Madness, because Mahi Mahi is a fish that is sort of yellow. It's actually mostly not, but why not call it that? Because it sounds pretty good. It's pretty catchy, I think. And it's near the water, so the fish name kind of makes sense. So then the very first thing you saw me do in this episode was just kind of place path. Kind of wrapped it around the yellow roller coaster, because I guess I didn't really know what else to do, but it might not be there later. I might do something different. I don't know, but it was just good to get something there. And then you can see after that I did like a diamond shape with the path, and then I kind of placed a swinging, I don't know exactly what it's called. It's a custom ride. Oh geez, I just added a lot of staff members there. That was pretty funny. But yeah, I added this custom swing ride in the middle, and I kind of did a maroon color because I think it's more calm. And the theme we're going here is like an alpine-ish theme. Have kind of cabin-like buildings, very homey, I guess you could say, relaxing. I have like the nice relaxing river area. So this building that you see me making right now has multiple things in it. One, you can see I have a bumper cars there. It's just a random ride. And then I also have another, shoot, what are those called? I forgot what that ride's called that you see spinning there, that yellowish colored one. And then I have the chairlift. That's like the main purpose of this building, is like the chairlift. And then it's gonna go up to a mountain. It's gonna exit up a mountain, which I don't build in this episode. And I don't know when it's gonna be built. Miscraft might start it in his next episode, which would be part 5. But I have no idea if he would want to do that or not. If he doesn't, then I'll do it in part 6. But either one of those, for sure, there's gonna be a mountain. So I think we'll make it a little bit of the landscape quarter tile. Oh, I just bumped my mic. I keep doing that. Those quarter tile landscape pieces, I might use some of that just for extra detailing. I'm not sure how tall the mountain's going to be, but I definitely want to have just the end of the chairlift up there, and maybe even have a coaster up there. I don't even know. We'll just see what my mouse does, because that's how I work, to be honest. As for this very large building that I'm working on right now, I had some inspiration for this. I looked back at Flux Trance's Westwood series, which I think we briefly talked about in part 2, but if you're not familiar with that series, I'm guessing most of you are familiar with Flux Trance and his Mega Park and stuff, but I don't know how many of you are familiar with his Westwood series that he only has 2 episodes of, and it was posted over a year ago at this point, I think. And he made this beautiful, like very beautiful cabin building, and he also did a chairlift for it as well. I don't remember else what he put in there, but it was way good. It was incredibly detailed. He had perfect track architecture. Mine is nowhere near as good because I just don't have that skill. But I try to, you can see like in that front area there, I try to do something fancy with the poles, like the vertical and then the horizontal, and even the angled ones. I try to get some sort of detailing in there. And I think it looked alright, but at the end, the building is a little bit plain, but oh well. And I do add some track texture, as you can see what I'm doing right here. I forgot what this coaster type is called. It's not the reverse free fall, but it's that launched one. You know what I mean. You can obviously see it. So I just like, I was looking over the coasters. I'm like, what should I do? And I just picked this one, and I just like do some random design on the back. So I just did three pillars, I guess you could say there. And I made it black and red. I'm going for that maroon and brown and black as my main colors here. I know for the entrance of the park it's yellow. I didn't want to do yellow everywhere, so I kind of switched to red. You know, you can see I'm using yellow and red, and then I just switched to red. Yeah. What else am I doing? You know, I can see that I have the wooden roller coaster roof there for a little bit of track texture. And what else is interesting is those little black things that are on the roof, those are actually barrels that were, I don't even know. I probably could have used something else, but I was like, hey, why not? It's I guess weird and creative that way to use barrels, and it looks kind of all right. I think it's better. It looks better if like this, or sorry, how do I word this correctly? It looks better if it wasn't there. It would look worse if it wasn't there. There you go. So I think it does add just a little bit of detail, and I guess it's just kind of fun to look at like that. Let's see, what else do I talk about? I saved the game there. All right, here we go. Perfect. I got some more track texture here. I also forgot what this coaster is called. It has the Giga Coaster track type, or the Impulse Coaster. That's what it's called. And I just did that too, just because why not? Track texture is awesome. Sometimes I overuse it, but I think in this case, I think it was all right. And now you can see that I'm taking away some walls to put in some abstract. Oh, here's another thing. You can see that I have trees in the inside. I didn't know if when I did the outside, if I was going to do windows or like have it very easily look throughable. So I didn't know if like it would be cool to see the trees on the inside, but at the end you can't really see them that well. You know, it's kind of hard to look through those abstract walls. So the trees inside were kind of useless, but I didn't know how it was going to look at the end. But I think it's still a pretty cool idea to have trees indoors. You know, that's a thing for indoor parks. I see that too. But obviously this is Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. You're stuck with the 4 stupid isometric angles, so you can't really see the trees anyways. Unless you use the cutaway view and take a look inside, but I don't know. A lot of what I'm using here is custom scenery, which, you know, I'm not as good as using custom scenery yet as no custom scenery, or NCSO as most people call it now. So this building didn't turn out the way I hoped it would, but I still think it's doable. You know, I built it straight through, and I didn't even do that many trial and error. Actually, I don't recall doing any really. So rarely any deleting for this build, which is kind of weird, and I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Yeah, that's a good thing to ask you guys. When you guys build stuff, do you guys do a lot of trial and error? I kind of want to know your opinions on that, or not opinions. What do you guys do? Do you do a lot of, like, let's say you got to this point in making something, do you ever just completely start over? Like, I couldn't do that because I already spent so long on this. I know that sounds kind of bad, but sometimes I am too lazy to start over, which is probably not a good thing to say. You can see right here I'm getting fancy with another level roof. I just kind of used those just random pillars that I found because, you know, Miscraft was the one that selected the scenery, so I'm just like looking through like, what do I use? So I just kind of find those random pillars. I don't know what they're called exactly, or posts. I'm not sure what they were called, but, you know, I kind of did that to make another level roof, I guess you could say. I'm not sure. And I may come back to this building later to add even more detail. I don't feel like I detailed the walls enough, especially. And I tried to make the shape of the building not too boxy. As you can see in the back, it might be kind of flat. And then I kind of added that random part where that impulse coaster is. Just it kind of bulges out a little bit. I just did that just so it's not flat on the back and on the entire back side. That's literally the only reason I did that. And then right here, this section that I'm working on, that kind of gets rid of the boxiness as well because it's kind of off-centered. And I use completely different walls too, which is kind of weird. So it feels almost like it's a different building, but it's still connected. And the roofs I do still use the same, so it still kind of feels kind of connected. And, you know, and I'm using the same abstract walls, as you can see, that I just placed there. And I kind of did the fencing, that gray fence, so you can kind of still see that thrill ride inside. You know, one thing that I'm not a fan of is when people make indoor rides and you can't see them at all, whether it's roller coasters or flat rides. I feel like you should be able to see part of it. I think it just, like, it loses I don't know. So that's why I did the gray fencing there, so you can kind of see the inside, and I just love the look of that. And you can see I did some more blah, 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 blah. I did some more track architecture with the wooden roller coaster, and I'm playing around with different kinds of roofs here. But again, this part that I'm working on right now is the same roof that I have been using, but I make it a little bit different. Yeah. What else do I talk about? Do I talk through the entire episode? I am almost done with this episode, I think. Let's see. I didn't build anything else other than this structure. So I'm actually almost done making the structure, and then at the very end I just kind of play with a little bit of land texture, land texture, and then I added in some foliage. And then that's it. So there's no, I don't know if that chairlift, I guess if you guys have an idea for that chairlift name, that would be awesome. Otherwise, I could probably just call it ski lift. I plan to have it go up to a mountain and have like some snowy parts up top. So that could be a good name for it. I don't know what else to call it, but if you have any name suggestions, that would be awesome. Otherwise, if I might name this episode the name of the chairlift. I don't even know. Maybe I'll call it like Big Cabin or Chairlift Cabin or Chairlift Building. I don't even know what I'm gonna call it yet. But either way, you guys can give me suggestions for that. Yeah, so I just have a couple minutes left. So you can see there I have some track texture. Actually at this point I'm just doing detailing, because why not? I guess I'll end the episode now. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you enjoyed. And don't forget to subscribe to Miscraft. I'll put the link to his channel in the description below. What else? I'll put the music playlist in the description below. I'll put the series playlist in case you need to catch up, or if you don't even know about the series and you need to watch earlier episodes, you can check out the playlist in the description. Oh, right here, I totally forgot. I did black tile a little bit. I know a lot of people don't like boxy parks, so I thought, hey, why not just kind of make it like a rounded edge and just a little bit random, and that way I just don't have to fill out the entire area with trees. So I guess I like this way better. It makes the building more in the corner of the park. So, and then at this point I'm doing foliage, and then after that it's all done. So up next would be part 5 by Miscraft. I have no idea what he's gonna do. He could either do mountain or he could do totally his own thing. I don't even know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you enjoyed, comment any suggestions, ideas, feedback, and whatnot. And I will see you guys later.